and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in with me today. I appreciate your time as always. And right off the bat, two things. Number one, my GoPro audio is terrible, I'm sure. I'm filming this on my old GoPro, but we're going to Best Buy right now to get a new one. Don't worry, the audio is going to be back to normal. I guess after a little over 18 months of usage literally every single day, it finally crapped out, so I really can't complain. GoPros have always been very good to me. Now, number two, the McLaren 600 LT has officially been released. I made a video a couple months ago saying everything I thought the LT would have, and I was pretty much right. Not that it's a big deal because I knew, all the info basically, and there was only one place for the exhaust to be. So the exhaust is coming out of the back. Now, if I had my 570 here, which it's at McLaren Philadelphia, but if I had it here, I could show you. But basically, like, you're McLaren, okay, this is a Corvette, so the engine's up front. Of course, a McLaren has the engine in the back, but basically, there's the little rear window here that goes straight down, and then there's the engine cover, and the exhaust comes out right here, sticking out the top like a Porsche 918. Super cool, looks amazing. The 600 LT also has a wing. Now, I'm still not 100% sure. I didn't really read the release or anything yet. I just saw the pictures, but I don't think it's an active aero wing. I think it's a fixed wing, not unlike this big wang here. It really comes back to this, either 600 LT or a 720S. Now, obviously, the 720 is still going to be faster. I don't know on track. The 600 LT might be faster on a track. Probably not, but I mean, it might be. But the other thing is that the 600 LT is going to hold its value a lot better than a 720, than a regular 720. So financially, the 600 LT might be smarter. However, cool-wise, I already have a 570, so is a 600 LT worth it? Is it worth the step up? Is it gonna be 300 grand? Is it gonna be 400 grand? I don't know yet, but either way, what I do know is I really want one. After seeing the real release and seeing the pictures, comment below, let me know what you think. Should I get the 600 LT or 720S? It's really hot out, so I got my gallon jug. But it doesn't really matter because neither one is gonna sound as good as this Chevrolet here. Good Lord. All right, folks, to Best Buy. We're here, we're queer, get used to it.
Trade that for a Ford Escape, would you?
Absolutely. I actually have a Ford Escape, believe it or not. Thank you very much, sir. I make friends everywhere. So, the cool news is I got a free memory card with my GoPro purchase. Now, one piece of advice I can give, because I've been doing this now for a while with the whole filming thing and memory cards. If you're gonna record in 1080 at 60 frames or like 4K or anything, you wanna get a memory card where the write speed is up to at least 100 megabytes per second, which is what I think MB/S means. And usually it's gold if you use the SanDisk card. But if you don't do that, if it's not a high enough write speed, it'll freeze all the time and screw up. So little tip there if you are looking at filming and everything, but you definitely want to get one that's 100 write speed or higher. And you want to get one pretty high gig as well, like 64 gigabyte. That's what I use. I've had like 5 or 6 hours of raw footage, and I've never even come close to running out of 64 gigs, but just in case. So maybe you could probably get away with 32. And here is the brand new 6 that we will switch everything over right now. So this is the old one and this is the new one. Any difference? Actually, I got to set it up for not wide mode. Let's go get this ZR1 oil change. It's kind of funny though. Look at the old one is so beat up. Like I'm missing the side thing. I'm just, dealing with an old GoPro here, but it still worked great up until when the audio kind of crapped out. I've been using a GoPro in one form or another. I started on the 4, now I'm on the 6. But for over 3 years, and it's done really well for me. Totally recommend one if you want to start vlogging. I mean, yes, there are definitely better options out there, but you can't beat the convenience and the durability. At Whitmore Chevrolet. As always, if you need a new Chevy, Buick, or Ford, check them out. They are great people. Talk to my man Matt Beaver. And ask for Chad. Used to be my go-to sales guy, but he has been promoted to fleet sales. So if you need a dump truck or a truck like that, talk to him. And there's a gigantic GMC Duramax. I would think it's a Duramax. Actually, I don't think they make the Rocky Ridge. I don't know if that's what that is. I don't know what that is. Clearly, I have no idea what that is. Looking. So Beaver and I are looking right now on auctions for a clean, well, obviously now it's spoiled, the surprise. Everyone's gonna know because there's a picture. But we're looking right now. So this is an auction car. And well, why don't you explain how the auction thing works, because it's interesting.
So dealers post these cars ahead of time just so I have an idea of what I'm looking at.
Okay.
The day, the time, their lane run number, condition, VIN, miles, and a bunch of photos, as well as some options. It's automatic with a glass top, 97,000 miles. You just go through, look at all the condition. It's got silver wheels. I can tell it's a little bit more of a
early
base
steering
model.
wheels,
Yeah,
dude.
the 05 only had that.
Ugliest thing in the world.
They
And
changed
the
it.
shifter,
They
too.
changed that 1 year later.
Yeah.
But I can tell right away it doesn't have a magnetic ride. It doesn't have,
a little dial.
Doesn't have the
like
heads-up
buttons.
display. Yeah, no heads-up display and no nav. So it's probably more of a little bit of a base car, but it looks good. Carpet looks good. The seats, I can tell, look really good. Like, you can zoom in.
Which none of it matters though, because this is going to be this is going to be torn apart.
Yeah, so we're not really worried too much about that stuff, but as long as it doesn't, and then I would look at Carfax, make sure it hasn't been totaled, or all that stuff, and then we're gonna go tomorrow and hopefully get us a car.
Yeah, we're gonna check it out. I mean, basically, we're gonna see, Beaver and I are gonna see how much Corvette can you get for like 15 grand.
I think you can get that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can get. It's pretty crazy how cheap you can actually get them.
Yeah, that's kind of opened my eyes when I was looking at them. Usually we find low mileage,
Yeah,
the rarest.
like the stuff you get on trade is
like
10 grand more than that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
at least.
With like 8,000 miles on it, 2005.
Yep.
But I mean, there's a number of cars that we can take a look at. That was one of them. I think that's so far the biggest contender. I know
Seems like the best idea. I know. I definitely don't want blue, but I'll take it. We gotta make an offer here.
We can fix all that later.
Yeah. We got a Colorado ZR2 getting some light upgrades and other stuff before it goes up for sale. This will be for sale at the dealership though. And these are sick. Like, I love these trucks. Basically a baby Raptor. And I definitely want to do like a full video on this. If it doesn't sell right away, definitely do a full video on it, because that's cool. Look at the little Baja rack. Those are the lights going on right now. Little covers to make them legal in PA. But yeah, love ZR2s. And I mean, I feel like that'd be a great daily driver truck. The ZR1 is almost done getting the oil change. The tech over here, my man said he did notice there is some rubber on the back for some reason. I don't know what that's about. But the actual good news is no metal fragments or anything in the oil or the filter. Right? We're all good?
Yeah, everything's looking good.
So they say do the oil change at 500 miles, new engine, break it in. You might get some metal in there, which I get it, totally good to be safe, but luckily with my car, even with running it hard, it does not appear as though there was any decent sized chunks in there that you wouldn't see normally. So I guess the ZR1 is good to go. Suddenly I have found the perfect project car, and it's even orange. Holy shit, I love it. Oh my God. How much could it possibly be? Like 5 grand, 10 grand? I mean, it can't be expensive. It can't be expensive. I actually do think the wheels are kind of sick though. They match the secondary color on the roof. And I might do a video on the Focus RS as well. That's all. I've always liked those. Those are cool. Smart project, there it is. LS swap it. LS twin turbo swap in the smart car. I'm down. The hardest part about learning to drive the ZR1 has been trusting it, because the handling is insane. Like, it will do this corner at 60, no problem. But I just can't, I can't bring myself to do it. But I know it will. Oh my God, the handling is so insane. The handling of this car is so insane, and the faster you go, the more the wing works. And it's just so fucking, like, it's really hard to train yourself to do it, but I have done it. I wasn't really confident with the, one-handing it, which is, not a great idea anyway, so we'll keep it safe here. But it's nuts what this car can do, and it just grips. 90-degree turns at 60 plus miles per hour easy. Really love this thing, and I wanted to talk about this, kind of random, but I'm just driving around here on my way home. But a lot of people ask me, probably the most common question I get, especially from like the older crowd, you know, people looking at Corvettes, is, you know, is it worth it, you know, or I have a C8 Z06, is it worth it to go up to a ZR1? And that's a really tough question to answer because, I mean, number one, nobody needs any Corvette. Nobody needs a Z06, nobody needs a ZR1. So it really becomes like, how crazy do you want to be? And let's be honest, 99% of the time, you're not going to use the power of a Stingray, which, you know, a Stingray is still a very fast, compared to like your average car on the street, a Stingray is still a very fast car. Now that car, you can use 70 or 80% of it a lot of the time because it isn't as fast. A Z06, you can maybe use 40%, and then a ZR1, you can use 20%. But you know, so when you look at it like that, it's never going to be worth it. So I would, if you're looking for a fast vet, buy a Stingray. If you want the looks of the Z06, buy a Grand Sport. If you're looking for something crazy and really fast, get a Z06. If you're looking for something on that next level of psychotic, then get the ZR1. But if you're just looking for a fast vet and you're not sure if it's worth it, and you don't care about having the top dog car, you know, you don't care about the name, you don't care about the rarity of a ZR1. If you don't care about that and you're looking for a fast vet, don't buy it. If you're looking for the best one out there and something that is completely nuts and something that is just going to make you smile every day, and it's a little bit more special, a little bit more rare, looks a little cooler, looks a little different, if you're looking for that, then yes, the ZR1 is worth it. If you're a person who's really going to track your car, then yeah, the ZR1 is definitely worth it because it's the most track capable. It's got the cooling, it's got the power, it's got the downforce. So if you're looking for that, but at the same time, it's that whole argument, you know, like you can always make a car, a used car or an older car, more capable for less money. I could take a C8 Z06 for 35 grand, and I could put a wing on it, and I could put some tires on it, and I could take some weight out of it, and it would be more track capable than this car, and it'd be way cheaper. That's comparing apples to oranges. We're talking about stock cars, and a stock car, yeah, the ZR1 is, I mean, the most capable track car you can buy for the money, really. That kind of comes back to that same dumb argument you hear people make on the internet all the time. No matter what video it is, you know, no matter what, people always say, like, people will look at a P1 and be like, well, I can make a Fox body faster than that for 20 grand. And it's like, of course you could. I could put a turbo LS in a Miata, and that could be faster than anything on the street, but that's not the point. A modified car, once you talk about modifications, it's totally different. Everybody's different, you know. To some people, like the ZR1 name by itself is worth the money. Like you want the ZR1, and I get that too. But, you know, I mean, gun to my head, is the ZR1 worth it? Yeah. I mean, if there was any doubt, this definitely makes it worth it. Once you own one, you learn the little secret of how to get it to do its big pops. Oh my God. I mean, that's it right there. That's, you know, that's worth it. I gotta tell you, I have literally been thinking about this all day, what I want to do, because I really want, I think, the 600 LT. I mean, a 720 would be cool. It's badass in its own way. But it's not all bad news, because I put up a post on Instagram asking people which one they would rather see, 600 LT or 720. And it was about 50-50. People saying 720, it's a lot different, and people saying, well, no, 600 LT is badass. And I get it, you know, I already have a 570, so the 600 LT is pretty similar. But you could say the same thing about a Z06 or a ZR1. I already had a Stingray back in the day, so a Z06 and a ZR1 is like the same car, but really it's not. So it's not all bad news though for those of you who wanted me to get a 720, because what I can do is get the 600 LT, it will really retain its value really well. Then when a 720 LT comes out, which I think will be called the 755 LT, I can maybe get that. Unless it's like 500 grand, and then that's not happening. But yeah, basically I'm left with no options, because I'm not selling my ZR1, obviously. I fucking love that car, and I gotta have a Corvette. and it would make no sense to try to keep the 570, so I'm selling the 570S. I think it's gonna be pretty soon. I don't think the 600 LT is gonna be like a year away. I think it's gonna be like 6 months away. Of course, I'm gonna keep you updated throughout the whole process, and this will be the second car that I've ever spec'd from the factory. I spec'd my ZR1, you know, chose the colors and everything, and I will do the same thing for the 600 LT. Back to the call out for a second, which by the way, thanks again to everyone who came out. It was a really fun event for sure, and I'm working on details for the next one, so I'll keep you guys posted as always. But a lot of people asking key tags. We about sold out of everything in the box. We still got plenty left. Street speed and everything, but we sold, I mean, my God, we sold a few hundred of them, so thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And we had a lot of people asking about flags. Now, I only took a handful with me, and I have a couple samples left, but they are all on the website if you'd like one. They are really cool, badass, like all gray flag. You can get one with a blue line, a green line. They are available. First link, the link's down below in the description. I'll put one in there for the flag, but that's where you can get them. We had at least like 30 or 40 people asking. Are cool and very high quality. It's all, you know, stitched, embroidered, not like a printed flag. It's really, I mean, it's outdoor quality. The bulls are out in the garage. What are we doing? What are we doing? Other big news, we got the new Dodge Challenger Red Eye coming out, which is a 797 horsepower Challenger, which is pretty crazy. I mean, there's Dodge once again, just not giving a fuck, doing whatever they want, making crazy cars. I'm not sure, I'm not sure where it falls in though, because you got the Hellcat at 700, the Demon at 800, and then 840 on race gas. So where's the room for, you know, 797, although it is a cool special edition. So, I mean, I can't wait to see that car. Can't wait to race that car. Should be great. I actually just got a notification on my phone about the 600 LT, and it's going to have 592 horsepower, so almost 600, which, I mean, my car being modified is definitely faster than that, but I'll do the same mods to the 600 LT. Should be the exact same bottom portion of the exhaust, so it's going to be catless like right away, and I'll tune that up, and it's going to be 200 pounds lighter. Now, we already know one of the reasons why the 570 is so fast is because of its lightweight. It only weighs about 3,100 pounds. So now take that same car and take away 200 pounds. It's going to be friggin' insane. 200 pounds. You're talking about, I mean, I have to put that in perspective real quick, because we're talking about a 2,900 pound car, so about a little bit heavier than a Miata, with, you know, 600 horsepower. Might be a little bit less aerodynamic in a straight line compared to the 570, because it does have a wing. Once again, I didn't see any specs, but I don't think it's a active wing. So it does have a wing and a more aggressive aero, so it might not be quite as slippery in a straight line, but more power, 200 pounds less, definitely going to be significantly faster. The last thing I have to say today is my heart goes out to everybody in Maryland who was affected by the most recent shooting. Unfortunately, I mean, I made a whole video about this topic. Unfortunately, you know, it's something that happens far too often here, but I mean, really, it's never any less tragic every time it happens, and it's always very sad. You know, people just trying to go to work, and you know, here we have a mass shooting. So again, I'm very sorry to anybody affected by that, and you know, I'm not going to talk about details obviously, but it's something that I feel like I should use my platform to just say that it's a terrible thing. And I really do, you know, I don't know these people. I get genuinely sad every time I hear about it. Sorry to end on such a somber note, but tomorrow should be a really fun upload. We are going to the auction with Beaver, and we're going to make that offer on the C6. Hope that you enjoyed this upload. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Have a great day.